Hello and welcome to another one of Optics Trade Reviews. We'll be reviewing the 4 to 14 by 44 mil second focal plane made by Primary Arms today. And we'll start by saying a little bit about the company itself. It was established in 2007 with a vision to provide customers with affordable but quality optics. With time, the company has expanded and is now one of the leading manufacturers of optics. They basically made their own brand. If you look at their offer today, it ranges from affordable entry-level optics, such as this 4 to 14 by 44 here, all the way up to the premium optics. And their entry-level optics are known for their price-performance ratio, and this one here is no exception. We'll get to that later. And in the recent years, we could say that the popularity of Primary Arms is also connected to their custom patented reticles. ACSS is definitely the most popular, and the demand for this reticle is really great. So the proof for that is the fact that we receive quite a lot of emails on a daily basis that are connected to this reticle, so the ACSS. Moving on to the scope, this is definitely a very popular budget scope. It receives quite a lot of positive reviews if you look if you search around the internet a while. And we could say that this is the rifle scope that has it all. Let's start with the physical properties. So this is a scope that has been in production since 2017. It is 36 centimeters and a half long and weighs 664 grams without the battery and without the flip covers that are included. It features the most widely spread 30mm tube diameter, which means that looking for a mounting solution will not be a problem. It is made in China, but this is completely understandable, keeping in mind that this rifle scope is priced at around 200 euros. For that price, you will find that it is quite sturdy and robust, and when you hold it in your hands, it also looks and feels nice. If we look at the turrets, we can say that these are tactical turrets. They're not capped, but are open and also quite protruding. They feature a 1/4 MOA adjustments, which means that one click will move the point of impact for 0.7 centimeters on 100 meters. And what's really interesting is that these turrets are lockable. So now they're in a lockable position. To move them, you have to pull them out and you will be able to move them. So this is a really nice addition for a scope in this entry level as regards the price. They are counterclockwise turrets, both windage and elevation, so rotating the elevation turret to the left will move the point of impact up. The clicks are also crisp and audible. Let's rotate windage turret a little bit. You can hear that the clicks are audible, nice. They can be nicely felt. Both are, of course, multi-turn turrets. You also get a parallax adjustment here with a side focus. It can be set, so the parallax can be set from 10 yards all the way up to the infinity. A useful addition, so this scope features a 16 times magnification. This is its maximum magnification, so parallax adjustment is definitely a nice addition. The illumination is powered by a CR2032 battery. It is inserted here in the eyepiece part, so the cap is unscrewed with a coin or a special tool. Then moving on, let's talk a little bit about the reticle. This rifle scope features a standard classic mil-dot reticle. It also has illumination. As I said, it is powered by a CR2032 battery. So in fact the whole reticle is illuminated, not just the central dot. So if you imagine the mil-dot reticle, the part that is illuminated is the thin line and the dots. This is okay. Perhaps a central illuminated dot would be a little bit better. The radical is in the second focal plane, so it will not change in size when manipulating with magnification. And the mil dot radical as well is getting a little bit outdated, so perhaps an option to choose another radical would be great. With this rival scope, you're not able to choose between different radicals, so you basically get the mil dot radical and you cannot change that. So also some would probably prefer if this scope was first focal plane. As regards the recoil proofness, this scope can withstand recoil of calibers up to 308 without problems. Some probably also mounted on stronger calibers, but that is not as recommended, so up to 308 will work fine. The scope is also waterproof, fog-proof and shock-proof. Has an eye relief of approximately 100 millimeters and quite a decent eye box for the price. If we move on to the optical properties, we'll start with the image itself, which is not bad. So optics, the glass works quite nice. The image is better than you can expect for 200 euros. Minimum magnification is 4 times, maximum 16 times. So we can conclude that this has a 4 times zoom factor, also a great thing for this price class. And on 4 times magnification, the field of view is 8.7 meters on 100 meters, and on the maximum, so the 16 times magnification, the field of view is 2.3 meters on 100 meters, which is all decent. So altogether, there are 11 illumination levels to choose from, you can see here. So there are no intermediate levels between each level of illumination, which would allow you to quickly turn the illumination off, which means you have to turn it all the way back to 0. But this is of course understandable for a scope in this price level. And it's also worth mentioning that the illumination is not daytime bright. So we've now, in the optical properties, we've now enumerated all the great things about this scope. Now we'll move on to some disadvantages. The first one is that it has a little bit of a tunnel effect. It also has quite a bit of internal glare. But other than that, this is definitely a great buy for 200 euros as regards both physical and optical properties. If we look at the scope of the delivery, you'll see that you get a cover for the objective and ocular lens. This part here is made of rubber, this part is made of plastic. Then you also get a hexagonal tool, which allows you to reset the turret to 0. You also get a lens cloth. You also get a very basic instructions on how to use the scope, and the scope itself also comes in a very basic box. The warranty that Primary Arms includes with this scope is 1 year. And now we have pretty much come to the end of this review, where it's time to once again encompass all the advantages and disadvantages. And as traditionally, we'll start with the advantages. So the most important advantage to point out is definitely the amount of features that you get for such a low price. So you get lockable turrets, you get parallax adjustment with a side focus, you get 11 illumination levels, you get 4 times zoom factor, and decent optics, which is all outstandingly good for a price of 200 euros. But also, for a entry-level scope, of course, we can also find some disadvantages. And these are, there's a little bit of tunnel effect. So the radical is also a little bit outdated, the mil dot radical. It would be great if there was some other to choose from. Some would also prefer that if the radical was in the first focal plane, and some would prefer that there was a central dot illuminated instead of the whole radical. Also, the internal glare is a little bit bothering, but these are all disadvantages that are not so problematic if we take into account that this is actually a entry-level 200 euro scope that perhaps beats, in terms of physical and optical properties, it beats some scope that are even 200 or 300 euros more expensive. And a lot of positive reviews that you can find on the internet are an indicator that this is actually true. Thank you guys for watching, for watching this short review. If I forgot something, you're more than welcome to leave a comment in the comment section or send us an email. And of course, hit like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and see you in the next review. Bye bye.